There is a specific kind of silence that falls over a control room when physics stops working.
That silence descended upon the Atlas telescope facility in Chile, and frankly, it has not lifted since.
They found a smudge of light that defied the orbital mechanics used to navigate the cosmos forever.
The terror lay in where it was going, and the calculated precision with which it arrived there.
We call it 3I Atlas, and according to the math governing stars, it simply should not exist.
To understand why the scientific community is panic-stricken, you have to look at numbers that refuse logic.
It started as a glitch when automated systems flagged an anomaly in the southern sky, designated A11.
The object was tearing through our system at 61 kilometers per second, fast enough to cross continents.
In orbital mechanics, an eccentricity of 1.0 is the border between staying and leaving forever. The first interstellar visitor was 1.2, but this object clocked in at 6.14.
That is not a curve. That is a straight line drawn by a ruler driving past stars.
3I Atlas dropped into our system perfectly aligned with the flat disk where Earth and planets live. And it was moving retrograde, which means backwards, totally against the flow of heavy traffic in space.
If you are a probe trying to scan multiple planets in a single pass, you choose retrograde.
The chance of a random rock lining up a triple flyby of Venus, Mars, and Jupiter is 0.
Then came the chemistry, when the James Webb Space Telescope looked at the exhaust and found carbon. But the real chill went down spines when they detected atomic nickel with absolutely zero iron present.
In nature, that separation does not happen, but in a refinery, it happens every single day here.
Here is the paradox. Based on brightness, the object is small, but based on gravity, it's massive.
Either it is made of something incredibly dense, or our understanding of its behavior is fundamentally wrong.
The sun pushes dust away, yet 3I Atlas had a plume extending toward the sun, fighting pressure.
We had 7 distinct anomalies stacking up on a single object, so Occam's razor cut the wrong way.
On October 3rd, the object brushed past Mars, where we have an armada of satellites orbiting currently.
Instead of photos, the government shut down, and 15,000 NASA employees were furloughed during the flyby.
What little data leaked out was insulting, just blurry smudges, proving silence is data and a protocol.
In late October, the object swung behind our star, entering the blind spot no telescope can see.
This is the Oberth point, the moment of maximum velocity where a burn gives most kinetic change.
On December 1st, the object re-emerged with its trajectory off by 51,000 kilometers. It was steering.
When you trace the trajectory backward, it passes through the exact origin point of the WOW signal.
We expect lights, but evolution favors camouflage, and a million-year-old probe would not waste energy glowing. It would look like a rock, vent gas to mimic a comet, and hide in plain sight entirely. The most advanced technology is the one that looks exactly like nature until it wakes up. This aligns with the dark forest theory, stating the universe is quiet because it is absolutely dangerous.
You do not scream in a jungle full of predators. You creep, and 3I Atlas is a creeper.
It is a silent observer designed to penetrate a system, take measurements, and perhaps leave something behind.
All this happens while looking like a dirty snowball, which brings us back to anomalies on Mars.
While the object receded, surface activity escalated, and MAVEN, the atmospheric orbiter, detected powerful magnetic pulses.
Mars has no active magnetic field, yet localized, structured magnetic bubbles were popping up exactly where seeded.
And then amateur astronomers stepped in, a backyard network using a Python script to stack complex data.
They found a spectral line that shouldn't exist. 557 nanometers, forbidden oxygen, usually biological on Earth.
In space, almost nothing creates that signal, meaning the object wasn't just venting gas, it was breathing.
Or rather, it was generating oxygen at a rate suggesting active chemistry, not passive melting in space.
Then came the GitHub leak. A repository titled Project Eris appeared for 8 hours before being scrubbed.
It contained processed high-rise images showing geometric bright spots on the Martian surface. They were not random.
They formed a minimum spanning tree, a network topology used for optimal sensor placement, connecting the dots.
On December 17th, Perseverance drove past a bright spot, and the raw, automated image feed showed it clearly.
It was not a rock, but a hexagonal, semi-translucent prism, half buried in the red dust, with facets.
It had iridescence, and it was warm, and the internet exploded while NASA just said, pending review publicly. But the cat was out of the bag. We found technology on another world we didn't put there.
4 days later, the artifact turned on, starting with a magnetic surge, followed by a hydrogen radio burst.
The signal wasn't noise, it was a sequence of prime numbers, the universal handshake, then a bitmap.
A crude, low-resolution grid showed the solar system with a current position marker and a predicted path. The path did not show the object leaving. It showed a spiral decay orbit, planning to stay here.
On January 7th, 2026, Mission Control made the call for Perseverance to touch the artifact. The moment contact was made, the rover went dark for 11 seconds of dead air before rebooting.
The artifact was now transmitting high-frequency UV pulses. It was essentially making a phone call home.
By March 2026, it reached Jupiter for the final test, where gravity forces normal rocks out.
Astrometry confirmed 3I Atlas performed a powered gravity assist, using Jupiter to change its inclination, not speed.
It pulled itself into a capture orbit, settling into an elliptical loop, bringing it back in 2028.
So here we are. Government hearings have begun.
And denials are shifting rapidly to national security concerns.
Reality is indifferent to politics. We have been visited not by a fleet, but by a cosmos.
That bottle has now opened, and we are living in the preamble of a new human history.
The Mars artifact is transmitting while 3I Atlas is out there, adjusting its course with cold patience.
We wanted to know if we were alone, got the answer, and now must live with visitor silence.